Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett. Oh no, I think I'm about to have another episode.
Hey team, Charlie Jewett here with Renovating Retirement, coming back with the final 2 episodes for the Aladdin series, inspired by the new Aladdin with Will Smith as the oversized blue pointy-eared genie. As I said, somewhere between Spock and a Smurf. I don't know what he is, but he's cool and he can sing and he can dance and he wears colorful clothing. So I'm in. I love it. This is episode 159. What to do if you don't have a monkey in retirement? What? A monkey? Who's got a monkey in retirement? Well, Aladdin does. Aladdin makes his living by having this little cute monkey. Oh my goodness, what a cute little criminal. Aw, he steals and he's cute. He's got Abu. Everybody loves Abu. Everybody loves a Disney criminal. Why not? Abu steals. So in retirement, you've got really 2 options. As I see it, you could find a gifted, talented, cute criminal monkey that goes out and steals everything you need to pay your rent or pay your mortgage or eat the things you want to eat. Or you could provide for yourself another way, perhaps saving up for retirement, doing some of the things we talk about in this show. Well, what if you don't have a monkey? You can't find the talented criminal monkey. I'm not really aware of a talented criminal monkey wearing a cute top hat store that I could just go down to and say, you know what, I don't really feel like saving for retirement. I'm going to go ahead and go with a thievery. Can I have one of those monkeys, please? How much do you want for the criminal monkey? And then you buy it and you go out and you're fine. I don't know how to find monkeys R Us. What if you don't have that monkey? Or you can't find that monkey, or you don't like stealing from people to provide for yourself? Hello! Anybody else out there not want to be a criminal? Me! Now, to keep the analogy going, let's also keep this in mind. There are monkeys everywhere in this industry. They're dressed in fancy suits. They're sitting in fancy offices. They've got incredibly high levels of sales training. They're incredibly manipulative, very, very gifted evil geniuses. They have all this sales training, which has prepared them to be the monkey stealing from you. So if you want to picture this analogy, you're not Abu. You're not Aladdin with an Abu stealing for you. You're actually on the other side in the marketplace with this thousands and thousands of monkeys stealing from you every day. Edward Morgan Lynch, we'll call it today, is on the prowl and ready to take what's yours and give it to their bosses, just like the monkey in the movie. That's right. Abu may be cute in the movie. I love him. He's a little cute little monkey. Look at him. What a good boy. He steals so well. Give him a treat. Nook, 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 nook. What? He's so cute in the movie, but remember, he takes what does not belong to him and gives it to his boss, just like Edward Morgan Lynch's baboons do every day in thousands of offices across the country. And they're not even ashamed of it. They brag about it. 12,000 offices ripping people off across the globe. Come join the revolution and be ripped off by us. We're monkeys. Ooh, ooh, ah! We got your money. Bad, bad, bad. In the original Aladdin, Jasmine tells her dad that the law is wrong. She says it all like old school, cute, Arabic cartoony. The law is wrong. I can't even do it, but I'm going to sample it into everything today anyway because I just think that's fun. She thinks that the rules for having to marry a prince are wrong. The law is wrong and she should not have to marry a prince. She'd much rather marry a criminal thief that she's in love with. What a beautiful story, Disney. Thank you. I'm tearing up right now. Criminal law, criminal love, it's beautiful. But I don't know a whole lot about the courtship rules for royalty living in fictional Arabian cities. That's just not my area of expertise. Maybe one day I'll know more. I just don't know a whole lot about that. But I do know a bit about retirement and the laws in the United States. Now, I covered this in detail in the 2 episodes called Financial Malpractice 1 and Financial Malpractice 2. Because I think it's legal to do illegal things in our industry. Basically, the law is wrong. We're legally allowed to do illegal things or things that would be illegal in another industry. But let's take a quick peek again at what's actually legal to do to clients as a financial advisor, quote, in the U.S. Then maybe think about the medical community and think, well, what if they did that here? What if a doctor gave you medicine they knew was not what was best for you, but it paid them a kickback or something like that, and just say, would that be okay? Is in other industries, would they still allow this kind of thing? So number one thing financial advisors are allowed to do in this industry is lie to clients about rate of return. I covered it in very early episodes, probably episode 4 or 5, says, is your advisor smarter than a fifth grader? The law is wrong. No question about it. Nobody can argue. You are allowed to lie to people as a financial advisor by saying that the market has made 7, 8, 9, 10, 11% when it has not made that money. It's averaged that amount. And just for a little snippet, if you guys want a reminder, if you have $100,000 and it goes down 50%, you now have $50,000. And if it goes up 50% from that new $50,000, you're only back to 75 grand. So 100 grand lose 50%, you lose 50 grand, you're at 50 grand. That 50 grand goes up 50%, you're now only up to $75,000. So we all agree it went from $100,000 to $75,000. That's a 25% loss. If I went too fast, there's a little button on your software somewhere, your podcast listener, that says go back 15 seconds, 30 seconds, listen again and again. You're down 25% of your money. What is the industry allowed to say to you? They're allowed to say that you're averaging 0%. They're allowed to take the negative 50 and the positive 50 over those 2 years, divide it by 2, and say you're averaging 0. The law is wrong. The industry does not have to accurately report what's actually happening with your money, your nest egg. The only thing that matters to you, that you're losing money or that they are losing you money. They're allowed to use a deceptive math practice called the mathematical mean, or the average, to hide. So when they say the market makes 6, 7, 8, 9%, and therefore that's why it's worth you put money in the market and risk it, it is not making those amounts of money. They're taking the positives and the negatives over 10, 20, 30, 40 years, dividing by how many years, and coming up with a false number that has nothing to do with reality at all. I've proven it in spreadsheets. You can average 8% for 30 years, end up with $0 in the bank, and you did truly average 8% for the entire 30 years. The industry is allowed to lie to you, period. You must learn how, or work with my team to figure out how to find out what your real rate of return is, or else you won't be able to see clearly at all. It's also legal to put your money at risk when you don't need to take any risk at all, or put you into too much risk tolerance, too much risk for your risk tolerance. The law is wrong. Now, why is that allowed? Well, you're allowed to work for a joker broker company like Edward Morgan Lynch and sell only what you want to, which we'll talk about in a minute, and just stick people into basically whatever the heck you want. There's no way they're even going to know what they're in. Lots of the fees inside of mutual funds are hidden anyway, so you have inaccurate fees, an inaccurate representation of what the person's actually making. The normal consumer cannot see anything. I mean, there might be a 12B1 fee, and they're like, well, I know about that. Or the fee that you're charging as the joker broker, I know about that too. But there's a lot more hidden than is being revealed there. So you're allowed to put people at more risk than they need, or put them in risk when they shouldn't even have it. You're allowed to steal or steer them into certain securities. The law is wrong. We talked about it on the revenue sharing agreements episode. The big boys, the Edward Morgan Lynches of the world, have disclosures on their websites that say, we are in partnerships, financial partnerships, with some of the biggest mutual funds in the world, and we are not going to look at every mutual fund and stick you into what's best for you. We're going to put you with our revenue sharing agreement. We're going to put you with our partners, our product partners, and almost every sale we make goes to these product partners. They're basically required by law to reveal that, in my opinion, they're breaking the law. They're required by law to reveal that they're not going to do what's best for you. Now, how do they get around that? They don't have a fiduciary responsibility. They only have what's called suitability. So they say, well, it would be illegal if you were a fiduciary, so instead of what's doing right, just don't be a fiduciary. Let's come up with another term, suitability, that lets you rip people off. And then put a disclosure somewhere hard to find that says we're going to rip you off. You're allowed to steer people into just the securities you want them in for reasons of getting paid and being selfish. It's not what's best for them. That's perfectly legal. The law is wrong. You're also allowed to steer people into only certain insurance products. Now, I'm okay with this in the pizza business. I'm okay with this in the snack and popcorn business, hamburgers, whatever it is. If you go into Burger King, you're probably going to buy burgers or fast food or their version of a salad, whatever. You go into a Pizza Hut, they're going to sell you a pizza. It's just one meal. Who cares? You don't have to go in and say, can I have a pizza? And they say, you look kind of fat. You probably shouldn't eat here. That's not their job. They are not your nutritional counselor. You don't go into a Pizza Hut and say, I'm looking for a food advisor. Do you guys do that here? And they go, yeah, we're food advisors. Eat pizza every day for the rest of your life till you die. It's just selling a meal. When you go to a financial advisor, and in this country, they're actually allowed to be captive, meaning you might be talking to an insurance agent that only works for one of the insurance companies out of hundreds. They work for one of them and only sell that insurance company's products. I mean, I have calculators where we can sort annuities and sort life insurance policies and things like that. And guess what? When it comes back with 220 options for an annuity, one of them is the best. It has the highest payout for you. One of them's the worst. I mean, literally, at the bottom of the sheet, there's one that says, you couldn't do any worse than this product right here. And do you know why that product exists? Because every month, enough people buy it that the company keeps offering it. Especially if that company has a captive insurance program where they have certain insurance agents that they treat like employees, let's say, that work for them, and their job is to go out and sell that product to you. Do you know that that's legal in our country? It's legal to know that your product is not what's best for your client and put them in it because that's what your company wants you to do. The law is wrong. You're Abu. You're the monkey in that point, working for Aladdin. It's wrong, but it's completely legal. It is totally legal to hide certain truths, to hide entire chunks of product categories from people. I say this when I speak. If Edward Morgan Lynch, if any of those people were to show you an indexed annuity or an indexed universal life insurance policy, they would lose their job. Some of these companies start you at $75,000 to $80,000 a year if you're just willing to go out and be their monkeys and go hurt people for a living. And they say, well, let's see if you like it. Let's see if you have the type of conscience that can tolerate it, where you go tolerate it. You go hurt people for a living. And if you can hurt enough people to make it profitable for us, all right, baby, $75,000, $80,000 a year as a rookie with no experience. We'll give you a year to figure everything out. And if so, you're in the monkey business, baby. Ooh, ooh, ah! Really? I don't know how they sleep at night. Either side of that equation, I don't know how they sleep at night. But if these guys were to tell you about indexed annuities or indexed universal life, like the most exciting thing in the financial planning world, like the upgrade of the century, that risk is no longer necessary. When the market goes down, you don't lose a single penny ever. And then when it goes up, you get some portion of it. So absolutely none of the downs and some to most of the upside potential. Do retirees like to lose money after they've stopped working for 30 or 40 years and they have to live off of this nest egg forever? They're never going to work again, and if they run out, they're just toast and they're going to die on the streets. Would they like to lose money? No, they would not. Somebody comes along, figures out a way to never lose money again for the rest of your life. By the way, never losing money again for the rest of your life also is the only thing that takes the average rate of return the problem I talked about, and gets rid of it. When your account doesn't lose money, every possible way of earning any percentage, like 8%, ends up with roughly the same account value or the chunk of money, the nest egg. You don't have that baloney math, so it solves all kinds of problems. Plus, indexed annuities don't have any fees inside of them, which is kind of nice. Hey, would retirees like to pay fees or no fees? I really don't see groups of retirees jumping up and down going, we want fees! We want fees! No, they don't. Here is this revolution. No fees for a lot of these products, or super low fees. No losses, which solves the losing money problem and also fixes the problem with baloney math. And then some of them put in their guaranteed income, and the biggest financial planning companies on the planet have told their monkeys they cannot tell you about these products or they lose their job. They lose their $75,000 a year stipend to go learn to hurt people for a living and see if they're the right type of criminal where their conscience can tolerate it and they're good at it. The law is wrong. So hiding entire product categories from you, modified endowment contracts. When is the last time you talked to any advisor besides me that says, I think you should use a MEC? I think you should use a modified endowment contract. I think you should do something inside of life insurance that most people say would be bad because it actually turns out to be incredibly good and make your bank account emergency fund way better than any bank would ever give you. No, it's hidden from you. But it's legal to hide these things from you. The law is wrong. How about selling you 4 to 5 times the death benefit you need? So if somebody's actually attempting, there's giant, hundreds of them, there's giant network marketing companies that recruit, some of them have over 100,000 life insurance agents. They recruit them, and teach them how to sell life insurance for tax-free retirement plans, which so far that all sounds great. I'd like to have an army of people doing the right thing. But then if you go look and see how the policies are being designed, they're designed with maximum death benefit or the wrong type of death benefit. Go to my YouTube channel, watchcharlie.com, and look up 6 ways to improve your cash value life insurance, and you'll see 6 of the tricks that I've learned over the years. But they don't teach those tricks. Why? Because each of those tricks lowers the commission to the agent and ultimately to the company above them who's providing them with the training. It's perfectly legal in the United States as an insurance agent working for a network marketing company or working for any normal company. It is perfectly legal to sell someone 4 to 5 times too much death benefit, even if they're trying to do, a maximum funded life insurance policy for cash-free, cash accumulation and distributions to pay your bills. Don't call it income. But to take money out later tax-free, you can oversell them by 4 or 5 times the death benefit and not get in trouble. The law is wrong. It goes on and on and on. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And I agree with Jasmine. The law is wrong. So you have a choice. You can go out there and look really hard and find a very talented, morally challenged criminal monkey and make your living stealing from people in the marketplace throughout your retirement and providing whatever it is that you need. This is the way that Edward Morgan Lynch uses their monkeys in suits to steal from Americans every day. So we see it. We know it, quote, works if you can live with yourself. Or you can save up the right size nest egg and just buy a pension like we've talked about. You just buy a money tree. Do you want a monkey or a money tree? A monkey or a money tree? I'd rather a money tree. Any day of the week. I have a clearer conscience. I don't have to clean up after it. I don't have to bathe it. None of that stuff. Just show up and ask for my money once a month. Monkeys are cute, but I think you'll find a better lifestyle and a clearer conscience working with me and my team. Get in touch. info@l5wealth.com. info at l the letter 5 the number wealth.com. info@l5wealth.com. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're in the business, a lot of people have started listening to this podcast who are in the business. They're trying to be part of the revolution, trying to go out and do what's good in the world and not be one of these monkeys. If you're in the business and you just realize that you're working for one of the professional zookeepers like Edward Morgan Lynch and you don't want to be Abu, don't be a monkey anymore. You can repent from that. Trade in your monkey suit and join the revolution, and let's go do some real good in the world, helping people grow their money without stealing from them. Get in touch. info@l5wealth.com. info at all the letter 5 the number wealth.com. Charlie Jewett signing out because I think you people are the best. Don't be a monkey. The law is wrong.
Renovating retirement with Charlie Jewett.
That's all, folks.